Hey guys, so I know recently we've been doing a lot of roasting videos, but today is going to be slightly different.
Part of the reason we're making this is because I think the videos we're about to react to might help inspire you guys as much as it did to us. At the end of the day, the reason we made this channel is to help inspire people to play classical music, to learn about classical music, and to pick up an instrument. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy watching these videos with us. You can see the determination on her face. It must be so hard to control that bow like that.
The sound is good.
Yeah. I noticed she's got like a weighted...
I know, I was thinking that. I was like, how does she put weight on the bow if she doesn't have weight in the arms? But then I saw the tip.
She's got a guiding post, but still, I don't know how on earth she's doing like contact point or string changes, string crossings.
Checking.
Oh, that smile. But you can see how like that face is just so like. To me, it looks like she's really
focused and enjoying it.
Yeah.
The determination.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you don't realize how lucky you are to have an arm.
Yeah.
Until you don't have an arm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can guess a lot of you out there who has a functional arm probably are not practicing right now. Because you can practice anytime you want. But for someone like this, where to have an arm is such a privilege, they actually find ways, to appreciate the things that we take for granted.
So her name is Manami Ito.
So Manami doesn't need to play the violin. She doesn't have to play the violin. But out of just sheer determination, she figured out how to get this mechanical arm that's engineered for her just to play the violin.
It's incredible too, because you think, like, as a violinist, how much emphasis we put on the bow hole, because it's very important.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have any of that, but she's still making it work.
Yeah.
I was actually doing research about who she is before I know. So it turns out she's actually a nurse as well, and a Paralympian swimmer.
Whoa.
Well, there you go.
Triple Paralympian swimmer, nurse, and a violinist.
3 careers.
So what are we doing with our lives?
It's pretty incredible. Her story, from what I understand, is that she actually learned the violin as a kid at 7, but she had both arms back then.
バイオリンは7歳から始めました。
And at the age of 20, she got into a car accident and she lost an arm.
とても大好きでしたが、20歳の時に大きなトラックとぶつかって事故に遭いました。
And she was super depressed, which I guess as a musician you could relate to, like if you lose that thing that you love.
夢も希望も失って。
And it's interesting how she picked, out of all the things she's learned with the hands, she decided to pick violin up. Like most people might just give up.
Most people would.
She still went for it because it speaks to us differently than what other things do.
No, apparently she couldn't leave her house for a year, but then eventually she picked it up again.
学校も1年間休学して家に引きこもりました。
I think any musician out there that's had an injury before and can no longer play
You really want to
this
play.
Probably
that's true.
For you.
Even a minor injury, you just want to play.
Yeah, I had to take a year off for violin because I was injured.
Yeah.
And that was traumatized.
You're like, no, I can't practice.
So practice when you can.
Yeah. So guys, it's really important just to remember that things that are already here, we take it for granted. Just remember, next time you don't feel like practicing, Manami is practicing.
Yeah.
So There you go.
I was watching this video, someone linked it to me, and this actually reminded me of, you know, the other guy, I think we saw this during uni, Eddy.Chen or something?
Oh yeah, there was a
the
guy.
other
Yeah,
He had an arm, but he was
like
missing
the hand part,
this
or just
bit.
this bit.
Yeah.
And he was playing Tchaikovsky violin concerto.
Yeah. Like the entire Tchaikovsky violin
Oh.
concerto. That's insane. The most difficult repertoire. And this dude, I actually want to show you guys a little clip just to be like,
I know, you
holy
thought
crap.
this was impossible, just wait.
Yeah, basically this guy, he has a beautiful recording on YouTube, Schindler's List. Recommend you guys check it out. We're not going to play it here because we'll definitely get copy strike. But there's another video that I found that
Copy
is
strike.
Izai, so hopefully it won't get copy strike. But it doesn't even have that many views, but it's ridiculous. Okay.
Before we play, Sonata number 3 called Ballade by Eugene Izai is probably one of, I wouldn't say the most, but a very, very, very difficult violin piece in the repertoire. So if you're a classical violinist playing at a higher level, you would know what the set of 6 sonatas mean.
Yeah.
Izai is a violinist and he pushed the boundaries. A bit like Paganini, like the modern Paganini,
Yeah.
I'd say. Don't quote me. And it's not very Izai.
It's massive respect to any
Yeah.
one that can play. Like, we would struggle.
Yeah.
We had to practice a lot.
Dude. Can I just mention something?
Yeah.
This is different, but the difference between just having the arm part changes the tone of violin playing.
Yeah.
Guys, like, just some education. Next time your teacher tells you to put some weight in, it's because it's your arm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he
Yeah.
doesn't need the tip.
The tip thing.
I was like, there's no tip, but then he's got part of the arm to put the weight in, so he's good to go.
Yeah. But even then, I was gonna say, like,
Oh, the sound he's making with...
it's still ridiculously.
I know, it's...
Like, to give context, he's basically doing like a consistent long phrase crescendoing through like a series of double stops, which means like 2 strings at the same time, which is really hard to make a good sound.
Yeah.
And something that people struggle with, even with
A prophet
all
with a
5
hand.
fingers,
Yeah,
you
5
know?
fingers.
Well, something else amazing is like, because of his setup, he's unable to extend.
Yeah.
So his bow is forced to do this.
So he has to sustain more than the normal person, I think.
Well, it's more like he has to invent his own technique.
Yeah.
Because
That as
modern
well.
technique would not work for that. Like,
true.
how did he... If you look at his bow, like... So,
Yeah.
but he makes it sound good. I don't know, I
Guys.
think we're nerding out a bit
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much now. But this is ridiculous. Oh! How?
Just imagine playing this with just half your bow. That's how much bow he has right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't have a full bow. That's why it's impressive he can sustain so much battery drain. Just like this much.
Yeah.
Most violinists have this extra part to play, and he doesn't really go to the frog as often.
Not really, because he
This,
can't.
so he has to put a lot more weight here, and then slow the bow down for this part. Which is like, man,
Mate, respect.
yeah. If you're out there going, I don't want to, it's too hard. Well, think again.
It's funny because I don't even think I can play that piece as well as he does.
I know.
Well, there you go, guys. Definitely check out these people if you need inspiration. Go listen to what they have to say.
Just to remind you guys that anything is possible. So when you feel like,
And to remind ourselves.
and to remind ourselves that anything is possible, when you feel like it's too difficult, things are going hard, or just remember the people that out there that can do it, and there's no reason why you can't do it. That's it of a serious 2-set video. Remember to practice.